If you allow me, let me share my knowledge with you for today. So today I would like to talk about how to solve difficult problems during the difficult times as of the topic for today. And of course, all of us had experienced many things in our life. So therefore, there is a good time, happy time, difficult time, and hard time. All of us must also has experienced this at some time or some point in our life. But the question is, how will you overcome it? Some people or some of us have already conquered this. So today, let me share this knowledge that I had learned with you guys for tonight's meditation session. Solving problems during the difficult time. There are principles of solving problems. 1. Be patient. 2. Should use your wisdom. 3. Do not create more problems. And 4. Continuously perform more good deeds and creative things in our life. These are the principles that allow us to overcome the difficult times in our life. So therefore, if you ever found difficult time, check yourself on these 4 principles if you can apply it. And it will be nice if you can apply all of this and you will find an outcome, solution, a better way too. So by applying wisdom, beside from being patient, of course, when there's a hard time come into our life, being patient is the first thing one must have. Without patience, we could create more damage into our life, and problems will come in futures. So therefore, always having patience in everything. Next, by applying the wisdom to the problem. Applying wisdom, in this case, most of us, before I begin, one thing that you must realize, everyone is imperfect. Therefore, one can make mistake, but most of all, do not look at others. Always look into yourself. And that is also apply meditation, allowing yourself to see truly into yourself. It would be just like the saying, know yourself is like knowing your enemies. So, therefore, if you can find out about yourself more, then you can overcome all the obstacles and any enemies that come to your ways. So before you apply the wisdom into difficult time, in here, 1, you must realize your mistake. Without realizing your mistake, you could never find the fault on what you are doing. So therefore, find the mistake. If we cannot find our mistake, we would never know the cause and we will never realize the truth. Yes, all the things that has come into our life is either come from them or from you or from us. But most of all, I like you to look at no further, but look at yourself. And if we don't never find the mistake by ourselves or into ourselves, this would cause us to repeatedly perform the same mistake, worse, creating more difficult problem in the future. So in here, you can see that by finding our mistake, allow us to see more clear and helping ourselves to improve better and fix our own problem. Next, evaluating your mistake. If you realize your mistake, when you're realizing it, then you would find that there are 3 solutions as for your outcome. We must reevaluate, know at what kind of damage that has been done and would lead into these three solutions. 1. This problem can be solved. Second, this problem cannot be solved. And third, that this problem do not need to be solved but must use time. So therefore, these are the three solutions that come if we know we are our own mistake. One, we can solve it by ourselves. One, we cannot. So we can only let it be. Third, this does not need to be solved, but waiting for the time, patiently. Again, apply patience in all the things. So these are the things that we must have in our life. So if we can overcome this by being impatient, you are bound to be success by overcome your difficult time and all the problem into your life. So do not forget evaluating your mistake once you realizing it. Let's looking at the problem that can be solved. The problem that can be solved by analyzing further. We would find out that this problem must be solved by ourselves. In other words, this can be only us to solve, nobody else. This must mean that the problem originated from ourselves, nobody else. So we have to clarify and clearing it by our own. Nobody else can help us. Second, this problem cannot be solved by ourselves and needs someone to help. In other words, we cannot do this alone. We need help and guidance from others to show us the way to solve the problem. Therefore, the problem could not come from us or cannot come from us alone. It comes from them and us together. So we would help joining together to solve the problem. Third, this problem must be solved by the help of many others. In other words, this problem means that cannot be solved by you or your friend alone, but as a whole group. In other words, this problem is very big issue. Therefore, all people within the group or the company where you're working together must join hand in hand to help solving this problem. So this would allow us to find more solution to the problem. Therefore, if the problem you can find that it can be solved, these are the solutions that would come to help you solving the problem. In conclusion, the problem that can be solved by yourself, or you and your friend, or you and your whole group. In other words, these are the things that I would like to suggest. If the problem you cannot conquer by yourself alone. Moving further, the solutions. When finding solution to the problem, we can conclude the ending. Of course, when you're doing something, you always must estimate and expect the outcome in everything that you are doing. So when there's a problem, there are many kind of endings coming into your solving problem. 1. Ending with less damage. 2. Ending with more damage. 3. Ending in peaceful way. 4. Ending in violent way. Before I go further, let me reading it, clarifying this for first. Solutions in many problems. There are many kinds. As for now, less damage, more damage, peaceful way, and violent way. These are the outcome in every problem. So therefore, we must choose how to end it in the way that we expect and the way that we want. Moving further into the solution. Five, ending result in creating further problem. 6, ending result in restarting again. As you can see in here, resulting in further damage, creating more further damage, that means not a good ending problem. Or restarting again. In other words, you may do good, but at the end you have to do it again to make it better. This is also not a good one. So therefore, the best ending solution is ending in peaceful way with less damage, and no further problem would come later. So therefore, these are the best ending solution that one can solve when you have difficult problem with works. And then when you find the solution that you want, now you must also look back deeper of what is your own performance. Most problem, like I said earlier, originated from our own self. In other words, from our own action. Sometimes, let's say, sometime when we work, the work that we have may be beyond our own ability. So when it's beyond our own ability, maybe it's too much for us to handle. Therefore, resulting in a problem with work and with our own team. In this case, as you can see here, problem would always find themselves into us. So therefore, do not be or run away from the problem. Be patient. Think carefully. So this way, you can find yourself a way to solve the problem. Do not run away. Okay? Because most of the problem come from us. If we not find out this out, then if we find this out, then we can find a solution. But if we only look the problem or blame others for this problem, we could never solve it. Why? Because you can change yourself, but you cannot change others. If you can change others, that is good. But most of the time, you cannot. So therefore, the best and easiest way is change ourselves. So if we know the problem comes from us most of the time, then begin to change ourselves. So therefore, meditation will help you overcome that. So practice. So furthermore, if we are capable of the work, then performing good would create less problem, while performing not good would create more problem. So therefore, look into yourself. Are you doing the good job or not? If not, then more problem would come in your way. But if you're doing good job, no problem or less problem would come. So, moving on to find yourself in evaluating your performance. So by doing performance, we must increase ourselves in a good and creative way. Do not wasting it, since everyone have potentials to do their work. We must have this confidence. If not, we cannot do our job. But if we start our job with more confidence into ourselves, then we can increase a good and creative way into work performance. Because our performance in work is originate from good and creative way of thinking, speaking, and acting, then this will be our investment in life, in the present and the future. So if you have confidence and you know that you can do it, if you can do it, try to evaluate yourself and make it better in a creative way. So this is the thing that you can do with your work. In conclusions for today's lesson, too fast. How do you go back? In conclusions, we can solve problem and having the best outcome by having less damage no further problem, creating more and better performance, and ending in a peaceful way. So if we have this as our solution that we're aiming it for, then we would use our wisdom, try to solve the problem when it comes into our life. And also, by meditation, you will have a willpower, the mind power, that make you patient and withstand all obstacles come into your way. And when you having patience, the wisdom would come by you have practiced and experienced solving the problem in many times that you have overcome. This will be your experience and become your wisdom when you apply it to your life further. And then when we know the outcome that we want by having it less damage, no further problem, creating more and better performance, ending in a peaceful way, this will result in always good performance in your life. So in other words, everything that originated from us, ourselves, can be solved. And as always, have to aim for having less damage, no further problem, creating more better performance, and ending in a peaceful way. These are the outcomes that we must aiming it for. Restarting the work with more secure, increase our good performance in work during the present, increase our good performance for the future. And if we have that outcome, furthermore, if we start something again, we will start with more confident and working ourselves in a more secure way, free and away from all trouble. And then your performance will always be better. And then in the future, you will be perfect your own work. So these are the things that you can overcome. So try and practice, starting from yourself. Do not look at others. Look at yourself, because in meditation, when we close our eyes, calm our mind, and keep it within ourselves, put down the things away from your mind. So therefore, this is showing that we look into ourselves, not looking at others. When we find out peace in ourselves, we can find peace in many things in our life. So hopefully, the lesson for today will helping you to overcome all the difficult times in your life. And may all of us find peace and happiness in our life through meditations. And thank you everyone for coming tonight.